So welcome to Season 7. Unfortunately, it seems that this is going to be the picked apart by vultures season. We are going to struggle to keep this side as good as it was last year. Bother. Hello, my name's Damien, and I'm that Dragon Foot Manager, and welcome back to the Green Army. It is July the 7th. Oh, this is a silly early time to start playing football, isn't it? We are not yet done, but we are not in the place we were last year, where we'd basically got rid of the squad without buying a new one yet. We're in reasonable... There's holes. We'll just get into it. There's not been a hell of a lot of action, to be fair. Well, let's just go look at it. Quickly gloss over that, because you don't want to see that, because I don't want to see that, because it makes me sad. First of all, we'll look at players we've thrown in the bin. From the end of the summer, I told you about all these, I believe. Arthur Eonton. He would have stayed were he's not a centre-half, don't be stupid. He would have stayed were he homegrown, but he's not, so he's not worth a squad slot. James Robinson would have stayed were he any good, but he's not, so he's not worth a squad slot. He's gone to the Magpies, to be fair. He's one of those, he's got a vague possibility. I don't really understand. 17 determination, personality, unambitious. I mean, technique 14, first touch. There's not enough. Don't get me wrong, there's not enough in this guy to warrant playing him at the top level. I just referred to the Gibraltarian Premier League as the top level. Callum Heath is gone because he is a douche. There's more in this guy, except the determination of 2 means he'll never make it. And, yeah, he went to Mons Calpe. Well, he just got kicked out of the club. We had a row at the beginning of last season where I told him he wasn't working hard enough. And he went, yeah, sure I am. A training rating of like 4.8. And it's like, well, if at the age of what he was then, 17, you're not going to accept a little bit of criticism, you're probably not going to make it in one of my teams. Threw him away. And then the other lads, Billy Barton, Stephen Perez. Actually, not a terrible goalkeeper, Stephen Perez. He's gone to College 75. There's just too much missing, isn't there? Not enough aerial reach, not enough command of area. Handling's really good. But, yeah, I mean, the big number, it's easy to go, ooh, 18 and 16. Yeah, that's the tendency to do bad stuff. So, you know. Luke Digby, centre mid. Not enough technical ability. And Shane Barry is at the links. Says a lot about the links, really, doesn't it? Physically not good enough. He's quite tall, but he can't head the ball. So, you know, he's tall, but he can't head the ball. So those are the ones that have been thrown away. We look at the ones going out. Leighton and Duckwu. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I wanted rid of Leighton and Duckwu because he had a match highest earner clause, and I thought our wages are probably going to go up and up this year. He's good, but not great. He's not homegrown. And match highest earner clause, he was on about 3,200 a week by the end. It's like, we need that money. You know, he played 114 times for Europa, but the most money I could get for him was 1,100 quid flat. And that's embarrassing. 1,100 quid. This guy's worth, what? Player like that, he's got to be worth, 50 grand, surely. But it was non-negotiable, 1,100 quid, take it or leave it, and it's like, well, I'll take it then. He's all right. And playing for a team like Fleetwood, they've probably got better facilities than us, so if he's going to improve at all, he'll do it there. Like I say, he was here before I was. Played full seasons. It started to dip away last year anyway. 7 goals, 7 assists. Sounds fantastic until you look at some of the other numbers in the squad. And attacking mid is not a position we've been struggling in. So, ultimately, again, a squad slot. He's the only sale of... Actually, he's the only sale. Simple as that. Coming in, we knew Harry Jones was coming in from Bolton. This is the lad we had on loan last year. There was a clause that said that if we won the league, we had to buy him for 180 grand. So we bought him for 180 grand. That's fine. Don't have a problem with that. Sorry, 165 grand. Do apologise. Kian Ronan has come in from Lincoln. £5,000. Board aren't happy that I've given 5 grand to Lincoln. I don't care. He's got 56 caps for Gibraltar. He's a reasonably good right back, but he's also versatile. He can play centre mid, not desperately badly. He's actually not a right back, I'd say. He's not quick enough. But he's a decent centre half, decent holding mid, pretty good centre mid. That versatility is really useful. And guess what, folks? He is actually homegrown. Yes, I know it says Ipswich and Mildenhall, but he is homegrown. He got to Man 62 just early enough to qualify. I will double check that's right before I have lied to you. Further information. Eligibility. Nation trained in Gibraltar. There we go. 15 to 21 homegrown. So he counts. Big important signing. Malcolm Boxall has come in from Lincoln. 4,700 quid. 21-year-old. Homegrown. Again, even though he started at Chelsea, he's only 21 now, and he's been at Lincoln for 4 years. Homegrown. Determined. Pardon me. Determined. Physically not all there, but deep line playmaker, you don't really need to be very quick. Passing is okay, getting there. Cover. Let's not lie, cover. But determination of 16, decent training facilities, full-time training. He's got a chance of becoming a bit better. He's been playing nearly full games for Lincoln again. Oh, sorry, for Lincoln Reserves in the lower league. In full seasons, really. Yeah, much smaller signing, much less important. 4,700 quid. That's fine. And finally, Benny Couto has come in from Oldham Athletic for £220,000. He's a left-back, cross centre-half, kind of. Again, a little slower than I'd like, but he's... it says full-back defender, I would say. Crossing 11. Dribbling... Where's the dribbling gone even? 8. He can be a forward-minded left-back quite happily, I would say. But TTFM, why are you looking at buying a left-back? Surely you have the best one in the country. Yeah, about that. You see the little one on the transfers page? Robbie Mullen, toys, pram, out. He's only got 1 year left in his contract. He flat refused to consider signing a new one. I am obviously very disappointed by this. I made him a promise, and I forget what it was. But it went down. Oh no, that was it. We had an argument about his value, and I said, well, you're a 19-year-old kid. You're the best footballer that this country's seen in a very long time, like nationality-wise. You're definitely worth more than £11,000, and I'm definitely not going to sell you for £11,000. For 11 grand, I would rather just keep him for a year and let the contract expire. And I said, frankly, I want like 5 million quid. I didn't go that high in a negotiation, but we stopped at 250 grand, and he was like, "Oh, you're mistreating me. You've set my asking price too high. You're bullying me, etc., etc., etc." So it looks like he's going. There is an offer in place at the minute from Saint Etienne for £250,000, but it's a flat £250,000, and obviously I don't want that. I want that cash money payout when he moves again. So I'm desperately trying to farm him out for even. I'd take 150 plus 30-40%. Quite happily. I don't think I'm going to get it, honestly. 250 grand, £250,000 for a club this size. Like 2 years ago, that's a spectacular amount of money. But right now, I'd let him go for that much because if he's going to be grumpy, we don't know that he's wanted by so many big clubs. I mean, Borussia Dortmund want him, for God's sake. Why can't they find £250,000 and a little sell-on fee? If I was Dortmund right now, I'd be looking at this and I'd just go, well, here's £1 million. Done. I'd take that with no sell-on clause. I wouldn't be very happy about it, but I'd take it. Borussia Dortmund arguing about £250,000. If they want him, buy him. But yeah, essentially, Robbie Mullen's leaving. If he doesn't leave now, he leaves next year. And is £250,000 for a year's worth of appearances worth it? Well, I paid less than £250,000 to buy in this Portuguese lad, who I've lost him. Help, Benny Couto, who I would argue is currently a little bit better. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that star rating. And especially, he's a more attack-minded left-back. I mean, Robbie Mullen's brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing that jilted misses thing where I'm like, he's dead to me. He's dead to me. What's he even worth? What did I even see in him? He's obviously a very good left-back. But he's a defensive left-back, isn't he? Do we need a defensive left-back desperately? Considering that 20 of our games in a season, we expect to win with, like, 4 or 5 goals to spare. Would we be better served as a nation with Robbie Mullen offing someplace else? Because let's face it, Saint Etienne or Borussia Dortmund are definitely going to have better facilities than us. Anyway, what Spilt Milk and all that, he's gone one way or the other. We've got a replacement in. We've signed players that are homegrown. The only one we're missing, we'll lose one and we'll gain 2. Granted, Malcolm Boxall's not good. There are other transfers in the works. We're waiting on contracts on a goalkeeper, Archie Mayer, who I'll show you another time. Well, if we sign him. We are waiting on Keston Joseph. No, he comes in January because he's a kid. He's going to get homegrown status. This lad, I mean, he's got a finishing of 14 and a pace of 11. He's coming up through the system at a place. What? Colchester. So he'll develop a little. Determination is, yes, dreadful. Accepted. But he's already nearly a first teamer. So I signed him. Actually, I think I signed him like last year. And he's just that young. But anyway, Tyrrell Beckwith. This one is better news. He wanted to leave as well. We have also had an argument with him about his value, but he is a little bit happier about it. If we lose them both in one go, that will be bad. For the squad registration slot, if nothing else, we did try and sign Taraj from Lincoln, but there was an issue involving his agent, where the agent was a douche. So we'll go back. We might be able to go back already. To be fair, I might go check because I am going to sign him. Ronaldo Taraj. There we go. This guy will come in as cover for Ndukwu, no question. Again, 22-year-old, homegrown. Came through the system at Tottenham, but he's been at Lincoln forever, so reasonably quick. I would say not quite as good as Ndukwu, but 8 years younger and homegrown. And that homegrown thing, I know I keep going on about it, and if you haven't ever played in a league like this, you are probably very, very sick of hearing the words homegrown from me. 50 grand? Ooh! That's half the price I was going to pay last time. Go on then. Anyway, let's talk about the competition, because that's 15 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Sorry about that. We have been drawn in the first round against Trepsa Mitrovice of Kosovo. They have a stadium slightly smaller than stadium. The board, with no prodding from me at all, have begun thinking about a stadium. There is obviously no information yet. Is it going to be in there? No, there's no full stop in the word stadium. Stadium. No. Okay, never mind. Well, they're looking at building a new stadium. So it's one of those maybe in like 5 years. But it's on the cards at last. And if we can go, one, I mean, right, I'm hammering. Trepsa Mitrovice, I feel like this is a team we should be kicking to the curb. Call me arrogant, but they are not Sheriff Tiraspol, and we very nearly got past Sheriff Tiraspol last year with half a squad. So I would like to think we'll get into the next round. I'm clicking on buttons, and then none of them are the right one. UEFA Champions League. So we lost at this stage last year, I believe. And we fell straight into the Conference League. We win at this stage, the following round, we'll fall straight into the Conference League. Wait, those are preliminary rounds. That's the first qualifying round. So if we lose this one, we'll fall into the Conference League. Second qualifying round, we would qualify for the Europa League Champions Path third qualifying round. If we can get through that, and the draw's already been made, and it is either HJK... Nope, not HJK. Competitions, Champions League. Yeah, I said last episode that I've gone on to Knights. The first one's hit me like a bus. So, yeah, there's a bit of slight haziness. We'll play HJK of... It is HJK of Helsinki or Hammarby of Sweden. I nearly said Norway, I didn't. Both big clubs, don't get me wrong. Both big clubs. But we've beaten some reasonably big clubs. I believe Hammarby, isn't Sweden a summer league, though? Is that a thing? Oh, I can't find out because I haven't got it loaded. So they might be coming into the season fit and sharp, where we have hammered through a few friendlies. And Atletico Zabal, San Fernando B, St. Joseph's, and Man 62. Won them all except San Fernando. So there's a bit of sharpness in there. Home and away against Trepsa, a week apart. Let's just get on with it already. We do have the issue, obviously, with short a goalkeeper. It's fine. We've got a greyed out Mr. Gonzalez here. He will definitely not be coming on. I'd rather put a centre-half in goal and put him in. But I think you have to name a goalkeeper, I seem to remember. Or there's a reason. I forget what it is. Jake G is not fit enough for this. Hernandez can sit on the bench. So, Bradley Banda is in goal with Couto, O'Driscoll, Heaton and Jones along the back four. I'm not just being that guy. Mullen is suspended. Mullen was always suspended. Swiderski and Ronan are the centre-mid partnership. Stewart and Caetano are the wingers. McGrewer and Williams are up top. That's a pretty strong side. And I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That side would be eligible for the Gibraltar League as well. Benny Couto needs a squad number. Oh, I wish I could take well, actually, he hasn't got a good number. We'll give him 13. Benny Couto at number 13 at left back. So yeah, we need to be winning this fairly comfortably. And that's the thing, is that we'll fall into the Europa League if we can get past this stage. And if we fall out of the Europa League, we'll still fall into the Conference League, I'm pretty sure. Unless we do disastrously badly out there. Or this season's going to be way shorter and way more expensive than we hoped. Stewart's up to take a corner. Part of me does think, if we do fall into the Europa League, the Conference League straight away, we've proven we can get to the group stage of that. Yes, we got some lucky draws to get there, but we still did it. Heaton brings it down. Jones back to Ronan. Beckwith is also suspended, injured, something like that. He's out. So that would be another player at centre-half. Beckwith's contract is far longer. McGrewer's through. McGrewer tucks it in. 1-0 up. 4.5 minutes gone. Lovely. Good start. McGrewer scoring his first goal of this season already. 7 days into the calendar year. Well, you know what I mean. See if he can beat his 48 last year. What do we reckon? Any takers? If he does, with no way we're holding on to him, is there? We got him into a new contract last year, so McGrewer and Beckwith are both into big contracts. So they are players that we can just go, no, I don't care if you're unhappy, sit here. And hope that they come back around. Good tackle there by Jones. McGrewer to Williams. It's not yet been a minute since McGrewer scored, and Stewart's out wide to swing in another one. Goes deep. Caetano off to go fetch. Couto's there. Cuts in the cross. Stewart's under it with the header, and is well held by the goalkeeper, Nimani. If we do absolutely hammer this one, and I know it's an if, then what I might do is I might highlights package the second leg just to keep the video length reasonable. Heaton finds Ronan and sends out to Stewart. Here's William. I probably won't bother, actually. I'll just do it. Stewart in front of Swiderski, who's gone bombing forward, and Swiderski buries it. Lovely finish. 2-0, 6 minutes and 20 seconds in. It's going to be a long video if we keep scoring goals like that. I mean, literally long. I don't mean like, oh, we're going to really struggle. It's going to be horrible. I mean, this bombing run from Swiderski, McGrewer just opens some space, drags Ramadani away, and Swiderski's through. It's lovely. That movement that we've got, again, team cohesion, we've not made a lot of changes. Like, this side has got, what? 2? 1. Oh, hello, good header. Giata might have been offside. We can only hope. It's not going to count. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, this side has got 2 players that weren't reasonably regular last year. That's good. That's really good news. It means that we can hit the ground running with this. I actually put some friendlies in before the first qualifying round, which is good. McGrewer flicks onto Williams, brings it under control, hits the defender, and Pecky, probably not. O'Driscoll wins the header, and Krasnicki, that name sounds familiar. Why does that name sound familiar? I assume I played him internationally. Oh, there are 2 Bikages, and the R-rated one wins it. The rated R Super Bikaj. Wow. Niche. Jones, coming up the right wing. I hope he brought a Kleenex. Ronan back to Heaton. Can you tell that the brain's not entirely firing on all cylinders? Caetano to Swiderski. Out wide to Couto. Lovely ball. Couto can just drive one in and does. Low ball in. McGrewer probably fouled Giata, but it goes hacked away for a corner. It's 10.5 minutes into this tie. I may revisit the idea of highlighting the second package. Highlight your package. Stewart goes out to get it. Takes on one of the Bickages. Ronan. Look how narrow we're defending. Where are our fullbacks? Can we ease off a bit just so that, we can get through the game a bit quicker? Jones to Ronan to Heaton. They're quite happy to let us just build from the back, aren't they? Caetano. McGrewer. They're letting us build from the front too. Oh, goalkeeper. Oh my golly gosh, that's cool. McGrewer makes it 3. The tie's over. And looking at the recording time of 21 minutes already, I suspect I'm, gonna... The second half of it, I'll come back if anything changes transfer-wise. And I'll mention... Obviously, I'll do it properly. I'm not just gonna... Why am I telling you this like you're not gonna see it in 10 minutes time anyway? But we'll just chuck some lovely music over the top, and you may or may not see me in the bottom corner of the screen. I might have gone to get a cup of coffee. Arrogant? Yeah, probably. Heaton to Ronan to O'Driscoll. That's the other thing, is it's a match fitness thing too. I can play an entirely different team next time out because there's no squad. There's limited squad registration rules. I mean, again, most people are terrified of a Champions League for their squad registration rules. In this league, it's a blessed relief compared to what we have to do. And 30 minutes has not yet arrived. Heaton to Ronan to Stewart. In front of Williams, not quite close enough to him, and Nimani picks it up, although let's face it, the way that goalkeeper's been so far, that could have gone down as a shot on target. O'Driscoll loses out in the air, but Jones will pick up the pieces. Heaton to Ronan. And Ronan's doing a very good job of sitting. Like, he's not playing defensive midfielder, but he's playing deep line playmaker. And he's very good at linking that. Shows what my footballing references are when I said that Kira Walsh role. Very nearly then. Like, that's going to go over a lot of heads. Swiderski to Caetano to McGrewer, out wide to Couto, and again there's bodies in the box, and McGrewer is one of them. Stewart's another. The flag has gone up though. Why are there not? Why is there not VAR? Not that I'm complaining, because FVAR. It's not great from Stewart, is it? It is not great. What's going on in the other game? HJK are 1-0 down to Hammarby. I mean, I do think Hammarby or HJK, that either one of them is a bit of a challenge. Don't get me wrong. And, some big teams are going to start coming into this competition soon. What, 45 minutes, you've blown them away. Changes? Let's bring on Reese, because I like Reese. Maguire's on a hat-trick, so I can't hook him yet, but Williams has been surprisingly poor, so Luke Reese, you can come on for a bit. Start the second half. Marcage with deep throw in to Ravioli. No, Havoli. Don't start taking the piss out of names yet. Couto to O'Driscoll. To be fair, if it stays only 3, maybe I will play the second half in full, because the second leg in full rather. Stewart to Caetano, loses out, and Krasnicki. If they score, I'll definitely have to play in full, won't I? Bicaj. Havoli to Jakaj. Jakaj? Jakaj. No idea. Reese has mugged Gukati, something. Oh, and he's just drilled it wide. Said Reese nearly pulled off the impossible there. It's not like that was from the corner flag, was it? Bando, big ball forward, and Reese to Swiderski over the top to McGrewer. Left back's played everyone on. The goalkeeper has made a good save there. And Stewart take the corner. It's into the bodies and back out again. Reese. Jones. And that's that, apparently. Couto with a throw in. He's looked good in his debut, I have to say. Swiderski finds Krasnicki instead of his teammate, but never mind. Heaton back to Jones, and here's Ronan. O'Driscoll to Swiderski. Couto to O'Driscoll. We need to be wider. Swiderski to Caetano. Couto chips it all the way over to Jones on the other side, brings it under control, drills it across, resits for the goalkeeper even, and Caetano tucks into the empty net, and that's 4. Let's get that attacking width wider, because they're clearly defending narrow. Let's get around them. Because 4 is just not enough goals, clearly. Good ball by Couto. I mean, if he's deliberately picked out the right back, then he's done pretty well. Reece, very unlucky not to get a goal, especially against this goalkeeper. But Caetano with very little chance of missing that, even for Caetano. Half an hour to play. Anyone really knackered? I mean, Swiderski's always knackered. We'll hook him for... Let's give Malcolm Boxall a debut. What do you actually want to do with him if he'll a deep lie? Well, Ronan won't want to go forward either, so... Finish your sentences. Hernandez can come on for Ronan. No. Rono. Hernandez can come on for Stewart, and we'll just leave Boxall doing a role he's not particularly happy with. That's fine. And that's the thing, is that when it comes to games where it does matter about the squad registration, they're by and large going to be against teams that we should be hammering no matter who we put out, so it doesn't matter that Boxall's not a 5-star player. If he's playing against Lynx, it probably isn't going to matter that he's not a 5-star player. To them, he probably is. Couto looks back at his goalkeeper and says, why did you just make me run back 40 yards? Ronan to Heaton. O'Driscoll. Couto to Boxall. To Magruer. In front of Reece. Got to finish this one. Does indeed. That's 5. It's highlights from the second leg, guys. That was simply breathtaking. Was it? Tell you what, looking at this ground, I cannot wait for a new stadium. I know we're a lot of years away from it, but... Magruer has become an icon, by the way, rather than just a favoured personnel. I'm still a favoured personnel. I feel like that's a bit harsh. So it's probably going to be the Dale Magruer Stadium, not the Trucking Football Manager Stadium, which is a bit disappointing. The other game, where's HJK Hamby? Still 1-0. So hopefully that's a really hard-fought one, and they're knackered in the second leg and maybe go to extra time, and then we can, you know, rest a load of players. Just notice Rosenborg against Legia Warsaw finished 5-6. Right. Nice win. Well done. Splendid. Dale Magruer got a 10.0. Pretty much what he does. Anything interesting in the news? Toraj is not interested. He's just signed a new contract. That's annoying. That is very annoying. Couto impresses on his debut. Magruer in top form. Superb. Right, I'm back for the highlights of the second leg. See you in a sec. So just the 6 goals in the second leg. Borke with 2. No, those are assists. No, those are goals. Idiot. Borke with 2. Stewart with 2. Boxall with another. And Okiowu with 1. Bash through those real quick now. I'll just hit the highlights button because it's just easier to edit. Frankly, it wasn't exactly a spoiler to say we won the tie. Very early doors, Stewart comes wide, spins in an early ball towards Borke, who tucks it between the post and the goalkeeper in a gap that really probably shouldn't be there. Stewart gets a penalty, tucks it in the bottom corner. That one's stonewall as well. It wasn't one of the little shove ones. He's clearly been tapped. Mullen finds Boxall on the edge of the area, who smacks one into the crossbar not long after he's hit the post. And a shout out for Boxall. He had a storming game in this one. Yeah, as the attack-minded centre mid as well. Mullen's cross this time finds Boxall, who gets the goal he's really deserved in this one. Yeah, I mean, he hit the post for crossbar, made several cracking tackles as well. Lots of intelligent running. Very happy with his performance. Borke gets a second there with a pretty simple, almost unmarked header. Beckwith's throw-in finds Stewart, who drives across to just a melee, which Okiowu taps away, and gives us an 11-0 aggregate win over Mitrovice. Also funny, enormous stadium, 267 people turned up, and I'm pretty sure they were all ours. Yeah, we hammered them. Hammarby HJK finished 0-0 with an HJK red card in it, so we will be playing Hammarby in the next round. We get 85 grand, and Hammarby in the next round, which obviously will be the next video. The other news is that there have now been several more offers for Robbie Mullen, and none of them have a sell-on clause, so we've decided to take our medicine. Offers are in 250 grand each: Sampdoria, Nuremberg, Saint-Etienne, Borussia Dortmund, and Ipswich Town. One of these things is not like the other. Also, fascinatingly, I got asked in the press conference whether I should be worried about the fact that the Oxford United boss was looking at him in the last game. And I said, bless you, Oxford United are 18th in League One. I don't think he's going to pick them. I might be wrong. We haven't made the offer. They probably don't have £250,000. Mainz and Leon are going to have to make a decision quick if they want to get in on this. But realistically, he probably won't be here next episode. The final swing was, A, he does need to go out and play better football than this. And if he's playing in the Bundesliga, for example, or in Liga, or in the Serie A, slightly better standard. Even if he's only playing a bit, he's going to improve. The other thing is, he was dead last in the training performance thing. I thought, well, if that's him downing tools, then let's just cash in, because that's my phone falling off the table. Don't mind that. One thing I do want to talk about very quickly before I do pop off, I hope you haven't ended the video already. If you have, come back. Is European stuff. So if we just quickly find a way to click through there rather than typing, because that always feels clunky. No, we go that way, and then we go that way, and then we go that way, and coefficients. We did rather improve our coefficient last year. It turns out that going deep in even in the Europa Conference does help. I mean, that was Lincoln I just saw there, although my mouse fell off the screen and now it won't stop scrolling. There we go. We're up here in 131st all of a sudden. So we were getting, before I got here, 1.5, 1.5, 1.1. We got 12 coefficient points last year. So we only need to do better than 1.5 again to get another massive boost. Because at the minute, obviously it's dropping to 16 points, but that reckons we haven't got any coefficient points yet. Obviously we have. So, huge boost there. If we can do... I'm not going to say we can get past the Conference League group stage every year. Probably not. But if we can do 6s of points, 5s and 6s, then that number is suddenly going to be... I mean, it's a big old jump to get even into the... Even if we get, let's say 6 more points this year. That's going to put us at 23.5, which is Feyenoord. I mean, I'd take that. I don't know about you. If we look at the competitions, nope, nation club coefficients, there we go. We have boosted this one up quite drastically as well, although I can't find it briefly. 41st. Nationally, we improved by in the total ranking of all leagues, I think we went up by 130 leagues. So, or was it? No, sorry, that was... We went up as a club in the total ranking by 130 places, which was nice. But yeah, again, 10.25 points. Sorry, 10.25 total. That's 5.125 points for last year rather than 1s and 2s. So again, if we can do something a bit similar this year, that's a result, isn't it? Let's be honest. If we can start boosting up again, we're up to 41st. So if we look at qualification places now, how much further do we need to go to get a better thing? 29th. 29th is Bosnia-Herzegovina at 15.62. Well, 17.125. We're at 10.25. So let's say 2 years, we can get to the point where we start getting a little bit deeper in some of these competitions. 2 years is tolerable. Quick look, very, very quick look. I realise you want to go. Recording time's about to brush onto an hour. Let's see if we can very quickly find the other teams. Not that one. Conference League. League Path first qualifying round. Lincoln drew 1 each with Torpedo Jodino. I'm assuming that's happening later today then. Oh yeah, because we played in the Champions League, so it was earlier. So Lincoln have got a chance of getting past a Belarusian side. Who else would be at that level? It would be... Which one is that? League Path? That's a League Path. That's what we want. Your eyes are probably better than mine. You probably already have. Oh, St. Joseph's have been knocked out by Zrinjski Mostar. There must be a better way of doing this. Someone put in the comments. You probably already have, and I've just forgotten. Someone put in the comments. There must be a way of seeing how each country's teams have got on in Europe, because this seems silly. Man 62 are 5-0 down against Larne. That's probably them done then. And that's probably me done too. Thank you very much for watching. We got there in the end. Next episode, it will be the wake to the departure of Robbie Mullen, I imagine. We will be playing Hammarby to see if we can get past some Swedes. Have a lovely couple of days. I hope that video will pop on Friday. There's every possibility it won't, because, like I say, I feel like I've been hit around the back of the head with a shovel. But hopefully that didn't show too much. If it did, sorry, I'll give you a refund. Have a lovely couple of days. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.